everybody, this is Jerry Dean of Missing Persons of America. So the authorities have found out who killed Peggy Beck back in 1963. But they can't find out where the guy is. They need your help. So we're going to be going over that story next. Now, the authorities, they're asking for your help to track down a man who they say is responsible for the death of Margaret Peggy Beck from Colorado in 1963. Now, Peggy, she was from Edgewater, Colorado. She was 16 years old, and she was a counselor at the Flying G Ranch Girl Scouts camp at the Pike National Forest in 1963. She was spending the night, it was August 18th, alone in a tent at the camp, and she was alone because her roommate, Claudia Stride, she was sick, so she was over at the infirmary. Now, when Claudia went back the next morning to the tent, because she didn't see Peggy anywhere, she found Peggy dead. Now, Peggy had been sexually assaulted and strangled, but no one saw anything. But it was 8 hours before the police arrived, and during that time, the tent was cleared and much of the evidence was lost. Now, it was thought at the time that Peggy had died from natural causes at first, and it wasn't until the coroner examination that they discovered that she had been murdered. So there was a news conference on Thursday. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office said an arrest warrant had been issued for James Raymond Taylor. But investigators have not been able to locate him. During the news conference, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office said in 2007, a John Doe DNA profile was created from evidence originally collected from the crime scene, and the profile was entered into the Combined DNA Index System, CODIS. And in June 2019, a more comprehensive profile was created and submitted for investigative genetic genealogy testing. The resulting investigation into leads gained from the testing led to the identity of Peggy's killer. So although there was a lot of evidence lost during that initial investigation, they were able to obtain DNA. But even though now the authorities know who it is, it doesn't mean they know where he is. They said they have spent several months searching for James Taylor, and they've had no luck.
We have spent several months searching for James Taylor with no luck. We have no idea where he's at.
Or even if he's still alive. He too used to live in Edgewater and would be 80 years old right now.
James was last seen in the Las Vegas area in 1976.
They don't have any idea where he's at. They don't even know if he's still alive, but they're turning to the public for help to find him. What is known, though, is these clues and this information about James Raymond Taylor that might help you if you want to search and see if you can locate him, find him. Now, you see the photo. Now, he was born in December 22nd, 1939, and was known to live in Edgewater in the early 1960s, and he worked as a TV repairman. He was married at the time, and he did know how to build and test ham radios. It was a hobby. Taylor was last seen in the Las Vegas area in 1976, and there's been no information about him since then, and his whereabouts is unknown. Now, if Taylor is still alive, which is a really great possibility, he'd be 81 years old. So he could still be out there somewhere. He could be your next door neighbor. So back in 1977 to 76, there were other things that happened at camps. The Colorado Spring Gazette published an article on June 19, 1977 of a similar incident that happened at the Flying G. And there was also rumors of an incident in 1976, but there's no details from the individual because it was never formally taken. So there's no documentation that exists, only stories that have been passed down. So we don't know for sure if it's actual facts or if it's just a story that happened. Now, there was also similarities between this incident and one in Oklahoma in 1977 at a camp, but it's likely that another man was responsible for those murders. Now, there was funding that was done to get new DNA testing back in 2017, and those results are still pending. But they do believe that there was another man responsible, although there was a lot of similarities between these two cases. Now, if you have any information about Taylor, or if you recognize the photo, or let's say you were in the area back then and remember some information that would lead to his location, you can call the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office tip line at 303-271-5612 or the Metro Denver Crime Stoppers at 720-913-7867. And you asked to reference the case 63-10335.
Peggy was a beautiful young girl who loved life. She was loving and protective of her family, and we will cherish the memories we have of her forever.
All right, that's it for this case. Thanks for listening, everybody. And thanks for Denver Post and the CBI for providing information for this case so I could tell you all about it. All right, thank you. See you next time.